Alright gang, welcome back to our investment challenge here on Riverview. It is now January, and as you can tell, it has clearly snowed overnight. We've got to get these bales up off the ground so then we can actually go ahead and start drilling this field with a crop, or with some kind of a crop that we're going to put in. You may also notice that we are pulling something from behind that is specifically a bale loader that we have leased. For us to be able to pick up these bales a little bit easier than trying to utilize the forks to do it. So I decided to go for the lease and do it that way. It's not cheap by any means, but it's also not super expensive, and I think it's worth it for, saving ourselves the possibility of having to pick up as many bales as there are out here right now. So we're going to go with this approach. And I think hopefully we'll make a little bit of money off of it. It's not going to be as much as if we were to do it by hand. But this is going to speed things up for us a lot and allow us to get to drilling this field a little bit faster. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. Things are good here. I was at the NHL Stadium Series game in Columbus over the weekend. So that was a lot of fun. Many of you know I'm a big hockey fan. I played hockey my whole life. And so it's the first time that Ohio, more specifically Columbus, has had a outdoor game, NHL-wise at least. And it was the second largest NHL game of all time, so quite a big showing out there. So it was really cool. Very, very cold. The wind was brutal. If the wind wasn't as bad as it was, it probably wouldn't have been that bad. But the wind was atrocious, and it was like a wind tunnel in there, so it didn't help. I put a picture of the seats that we got on my Discord, which links down below in the description if you're interested in joining that. But long story short, we kind of had thought that we were as close as you could be to nosebleeds. They ended up being a little bit better than that, but it did have an obstructed view. Had a hard time really seeing most of center ice. But we could see both the goals, which is where all the action's really going to happen. I mean, there's going to be some stuff that happens in center ice, don't get me wrong, face-offs and fights potentially and things like that, but as far as goal scoring and stuff, I was able to see all those, so overall, very good experience. Had a lot of fun. They were outrageously priced tickets for the most part. The ones we paid were not terrible. I couldn't fathom spending the price for they were going for some of the decent seats. Not even good seats. I'm talking about decent seats. So yeah. I don't have that kind of money. Let's put it that way. We went up there pretty early, though. Got to hang around for a little while, check some stuff out. I did purchase a puck and a hat while I was there. I didn't take a picture of the hat, but I do have a picture of the puck up on the Discord. Hat was pretty expensive. I think that was the most expensive thing I purchased. But I really liked it, so felt it was useful. Looks like we're going to be able to get 3 more, so we're going to have to make 2 trips here. Now, as far as where we're going to take these at, I really do not know. We are slowing down heavily here, too. It is getting heavy to pull. Alright, let's see where we can take these to. Let's see. Straw 146. We want to go to the biomass heating plant, which is actually not too far away from us. Is it down to the south here? It's not. It's up above us. Okay. All right. Well, we can follow this road around, and we'll get there eventually. So let's do that. While that's happening, we can talk a little bit about what we're going to put in the ground here. Realistically, I don't know. We don't have seasons on or anything like that, so really we can put whatever we want in here. I don't know yet. Regardless, we're going to have to get a drill to do it. Now, we might end up just leasing the drill again. I'm not sure. I'm also considering turning seasons back on. If we did that, it would be a little bit more difficult for us. Not that things are too easy or anything right now. I don't think that's the case, but I am considering putting the seasons on just to give a slight bit more complexity and difficulty. So we'll see if I decide to do that in this episode or not. trying to utilize the first-person view here a little bit more while we're driving, just based off of kind of what I mentioned early on in this series, where it's a little more difficult, I think, to see. I don't think I need to go that way, do I? No, I just need to keep going around this way. A little more difficult to see sometimes because of the trees and stuff, and it's such a small small road, right? We're taking up pretty much this entire road here, so... yeah, hopefully you're doing well. Things are good. Things are good here. We didn't really spend a whole lot of money in the last episode on you know, paying off the loan and things like that. We're going to spend some money today on paying off the loan. May have to do some contracts today. We'll see how things go. It really depends on if we decide to flip the seasons on or off. And I'm leaning towards turning the seasons on. So if we turn the seasons on, then we're going to have to figure out, you know, something as far as a contract goes, because we're not going to really be able to put anything in the ground, and more than likely, unless we purchase something very specific. And I really haven't decided what I want to put in the ground there yet anyway. So that's something we're going to have to think about as we move along today too. We are getting close here. I just want to make sure I don't miss it here. So I'm turning the map back on for a brief second here. Do I need to go in this way, or should I went back where I was at before? I mean, there's a road coming this way. I don't know how you get in here. Let me see. I'm supposed to take that road back there behind us, I think. Is there another road? I don't think that's a road. Kind of looks like a road, but I don't think that's a road. There's no way that's a road. So we got to go back to where we were. So we're going to have to turn around here. I'm going to utilize our neighbor's yard over here because this has been harvested. So it's not going to harm anything here. And I might even have enough room to turn around here without even having to go into the field. I stand corrected. I do not have enough room. We are going to have to go in there just a little bit. Alright, here we are. Hopefully we're going to be able to get up these hills with all the snow and everything here. It's a pretty steep hill here. I do like, I mean, this is why I would be in first-person view, but this is what I talk about when I'm talking about tree tunnels, if you will, right? Where you've got trees surrounding you, and it just looks cool. That's how I feel right now, driving through this. Now we need to take a look and see how our sheep and our goats are doing today. As you recall, they did run out of the bale of food that I had for them. They did have plenty of meadow, but I want to make sure that there is enough meadow still there. They should be, but just want to make sure there is enough. So we'll double check on them a little bit later on. Alright, I think we're almost here. Obviously there's a sawmill and everything up here. We haven't yet to be up here, so this is a new area for us. That's pretty cool. I just wanted to look at it. I want to see how it raised up and everything. Just sliding down in there. Yeah, totally worth leasing this, since it cost us, like I said, a couple $1,000s. And we just made, well, the better part of $17,000. Just over $17,000 there, so. Not too shabby. We've got a few more bales to pick up. It will not be another full load, but it will be, I don't know, probably 6 bales, something like that, 6 or 7 bales. So we'll get a little bit more money out of it. A couple $1,000s more. Go ahead and head back into... Whoa, we're sliding. Go ahead and back into first-person view. I told you, that snow's no joke, man. They cleaned off the main little road here, but they did not clean off this side road going up to these businesses. The businesses there, the sawmill, the biogas plant, all that, they need to call somebody up to clean that snow off for them. Perhaps that's something we could try to do in the future here of the episodes. Do a little snow removal. So this field, or this piece of land over here to the left, I guess, is the one of those fields we could have started with, right? At the beginning. We decided not to. We decided against it, but we could have started with that one. That is the one that my friend Crustu did start with. I need to get caught up on his to see where he's at and how he's doing with that piece of land. I think we're going to turn seasons on, gang, for sure. Kind of thought about it more on the way back here. So I went ahead and did it. Seasons are on for now. If it, for whatever reason, becomes too difficult for us, we can always turn it back off. But I'm gonna flip the seasons back to on for now. So it looks like it's going to be 5 bales. So it should be just over $1,000 we'll get out of this. 1,400-ish, something like that. Now, as far as putting something in the ground here, since we turned the seasons back on here, as a matter of fact, you know what? Let's do a quick little overview here to make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't think I did, but these bales like to have a mind of their own and roll off on me, and I don't see them. Make sure none went back here into the trees or anything. Nope, we're good. We're good. With seasons on, we're not going to be able to drill anything in the ground today like I had initially planned, right? So we can plow or cultivate the field up, though, and get it prepared. I talked about how I want to buy a direct drill, and I still have that want. I don't think we guess we kind of have the money now, but we're a little short on funds right now. I think I would rather almost lease the drill for a little while and then buy it later on and try to utilize some of this money to help pay off the loan a little faster. That is one thing that I've mentioned before, and I'll mention it again here, that I'm always, I guess, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for here. I was going to say I'm always bad at, but bad's not the right word. I just always tend to put it off to the side of paying the loan off. I figure out a way to make the amount of money that the loan interest is, and then I just kind of don't worry about the loan for a while and would rather do other things. I'm going to try, going a different approach in this series where we're, as we have been, right, trying to pay off a chunk, even if it's $5,000, a chunk every episode as much as possible. Last couple episodes, I know really haven't done much of that, but that's kind of the goal here, right, to try to pay off some of the loan faster. So when the time comes, a little bit later on in the series, we should, have less money issues to deal with in regard to the loan, right? We'll have a lot of it paid off, and it'll be a less interest fee, even though, we're not really saving a ton of money. We're saving about, $50, something like that. $50 a month extra, which is not a lot. Doesn't sound like a lot, and it isn't a lot, but realistically, it is extra money, right? And adds up over the year. Adds up. Now, I wish I could have purchased this plot of land back here and got rid of all the sawmills and everything on here. Obviously, that's not allowed, but I would love this entrance to our yard. I would absolutely love it, even though it might be a bit of a long entrance to get back here. I still would love it. So I'm a little upset that that's not a possibility for us. I think it'd be a lot of fun to have this. Alright, what are we gonna get here? Let's see if I'm right. About $1,400 is what I'm guessing. My guess is, excuse me. It's probably gonna be a little bit more than that, actually. Might be $2,400. $3,646. It's way better than I thought it was going to be. My math's way off on that. I thought those bales were much smaller than they were. Whoops. Well, that's good. We're up to 83,780. I can go ahead and return this now. So let me go ahead and unhook this, and we'll return it. Return. Perfect. Return it right before we hit 11 o'clock so we don't incur any more fees or anything on that. All right, so we're up to 83,780. So let's get back to the farm here. We'll take a look at how our sheep and goats are doing, and then we'll make our next move for that field, and it's probably going to be plowing and or cultivation of it. Okay, we're pulling back up here. Let's take a look and see how the goats and everything are doing. There's a baby goat in there, or is it a sheep? One of the two. So they are fully reproducing now, because that's a baby right there. Little baby goat. 0 months old. Just hanging out. Probably need to get a plow or something. Clean up all the snow out here. We've got a lot of pallets that have been spawned here. In the last episode, I talked about selling one of the pallets at least of the goat milk. We didn't do that. We may do it today. The price should still be decent. We're getting closer to being able to sell wool too. We've talked about that as well. The wool is really in May, I think. They still have 6,049 liters of meadow grass there. So they should be doing okay. Shouldn't be a problem right now. And, yep, they're good. Meadow is starting to run out a little bit though, so we kind of have to be a little careful of that, right? A little cautious of that. Might be beneficial for us to potentially spend the money on a field instead of actually plowing 24. I don't know, though. I think we might hold off, though, because we don't really have enough money to buy it anyway, right? We'd have to do contracts anyway. So, contract-wise, what do we got here? We've got harvesting contracts to do, lots of harvesting contracts, big harvesting contracts, rock removal, wood transport, which we still haven't done the rock removal, dead wood, and then cultivating contracts. What's in the used market? Anything? Pretty nice tractor. This mower's great. We probably could really utilize that mower, honestly. 14,406. And a tank for slurry and manure. Alright, cultivation-wise, what are we looking at here? I mean, really, we probably want to buy one at the same time, though. They're very expensive. And we want one that's a decent size, right? Our tractor has a grand total of 175 horsepower, so we got to kind of be careful of that, too. We got to make sure whatever we're buying, our tractor can really pull it. And, you know, there's going to be very little, right? 4 meters? Yeah, 4 meters is what we're looking at here, gang. It only costs $16,500. Probably will be utilizing it a lot, honestly. But at the same time, we talked about the direct drill, right? So if we're going to spend that, we were going to spend the direct drill. We were going to buy this one for $58,500. Or this one, right? All right, Future Z probably edited a lot of that out. We've decided that we're going to hold off on the cultivator. We're going to buy the direct drill. Obviously, we can't put anything in there right now. We're not really going to be able to drill anything until at the earliest March. So February, we won't be able to do anything. We could do cotton in February, but the harvester is just outrageously expensive. Even to lease it, it's like 24, 25 grand. Not really worth our time, I don't think. I think our best bet right now is to do some contracts and put down a production for the wool, right? We've got a lot of wool here. And while the wool will make us a decent money when we go to sell it, it's going to make us more money if we turn it into something else. So I think if we utilize this 83 grand right now to try to buy some kind of production for wool, I think that's the best bet. And then we can do some contracts to try to get our money back up, our money situation back up a little bit, you know, so we can buy the drill 2 episodes from now, I guess, right? I think that's the way to go. Now, we've got to kind of, you know, be careful here. I mean, these small ones, right? They're probably the way we're going to have to go, unfortunately. I would love, you know, bigger ones than this because it's going to take a while to do these. And I don't really know where I want to put these. Like, you know, these being outside wouldn't really make sense. You would have to put some kind of shed in, right? That's the reason why they have these productions without sheds, so you can put them in any shed you want. You don't have to utilize the one that they've given you, right? But there's nothing that's really changed there. It's pretty much the same thing as the ones with the shed. Multi-grain. What else do we have in here? That's for fabric into clothes. We don't really have the fabric yet. We got to get something to make the fabric first. So it's going to have to be the spinnery here. It's going to be a slow process, but I do think that is the best approach here. I just want to make sure that I didn't find anything else. I think they're all super expensive. 180 grand for that. Yeah, that's not going to work. These are all going to be expensive, right? Yeah, none of these are going to work. I don't think there's anything on ModHub. Give me a minute, gang. I'm going to double check it. I just want to make sure before I go spending money on a smaller one to make sure there's nothing out there on ModHub that can help us here, because we are going to be producing wool at a high rate here. A very high rate indeed. So let me check that out. All right, I spent a little money trying to smooth this out back here, try to make it a little bit better. I'm actually going to put it here. I know we had talked about before putting it back here. I've changed my mind a little bit. We're going to put it over here. I think this is still a good spot for it. It should still give us plenty of room to maneuver back here. And it's easier for me to pick these up and just drive them over to here, right? That's not a problem at all. As you can see, I've flattened this area out. There's a little bit more of a severe kind of hill down here. There could be some erosion, I guess, that could potentially happen here. But it's not too bad. It's really not too bad at all. So we're going to go with that. And I like how close it is to our area where all the pallets are going to spawn anyway. So it's going to be easier for me to move these over here. Now, I'm going to flip on the interactive zone markers here, because I think I have in the right spot. I do. So we're going to put those pallets here, and then other pallets will spawn here, right? Which we can pick up. Products of fabric will spawn here. Now, eventually, it probably won't be today, but eventually, we're going to also get a production that we can turn that fabric into clothes. Clothes make a good amount of money, and by a good amount of money, I mean they make a shit ton of money. So clothes are the key here to success, I think, especially now that we've got the seasons turned back on. And since we have such a massive pen here that can allow so many goats and sheep, we are going to get a lot of stuff spawning here real quick. Now, ideally, I'm probably going to get rid of this tree here, right here. This tree is going to be gone. I don't necessarily know if I need to get rid of these trees or not. We probably will get rid of them at some point, I would think, in the series. When we are kind of desperate for money, for sure, right? We'll get rid of them. Hell, we might even get a sawmill down. Who knows? But for now, they're going to stay. I'm gonna figure out a way to get this one off the forks now. This is always an issue with these forks. There we go. Bit of a pain in the ass a little bit, but, you know, we'll get it there. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn this on. We want to, turn that on, and storing is good for me now. We'll keep it on storing. It can only hold so much wool, as you can see, 4,500 liters, so it's really not that much. But at least we're not going to be just, at least we'll be making something out of it, I guess is what I'm going to try to get at. Now, hopefully, at some point in the future here, there will be something that comes out on ModHub that allows us to, allows us to maybe upgrade it maybe a little bit, right? Get a little bit of a better production here. Well, that was terrible, see? Whoa! There's a bit of a glitch there, wasn't it? This is going well. There's a severe glitch happening right now. I can't really see anything. I'm kind of getting stuck in the ground again. I think we got him. Yep, we got him. Now, if you bear with me for a minute, I'm just going to pick this guy up by hand really quick. I'm going to flip him over around. Just to make it easier here. We're really only utilizing that when something like that happens, or if I'm off camera, right, to help assist me a little bit. We're not going to be doing that very often on camera, just whenever we have those kind of issues, if you will. I don't know if it's going to accept all this or not, but we're going to put them over here, and they can just kind of hang out here until it can accept them, if not. He accepted part of it, which is kind of what I was expecting, right? I kind of was expecting it not to accept the whole thing. All right. So, we are full there on wool. It is starting the production here of fabric. We've got 1 liter so far. It's going to take an eternity. I really hope they change that. I don't think they're ever going to, but I really hope they change that and modify it a little bit to make it a little bit better. Because right now it is not. Alright, so let's grab these pallets here of the goat milk. The price should still be decent. Let's go sell it. We can make a little bit of the money back that we just spent all that money on, right? A little hard to see right now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Alright, there we go. Now, it was not the most elegant job, but I'm not very good at stacking pallets and bales. I've mentioned that many, many times, but we got the job done. That's really all that matters, right? So, we're going to go sell these. They should be the same, I would think, the same location as where we sold them before. We will double check that just to make sure, because we want to try to get, you know, the most we can out of this. We don't really want to be wasting it if it's better elsewhere. Yeah, the price is actually the best right now, actually. I thought when we sold them before it was, but evidently it wasn't. I think it was in September or something when we sold them last time. So definitely good for us to sell it right now. 5792 Big Farmer's Kiosk. I do not think that's where we went before. Where is the Big Farmer's Kiosk? Okay, so up the road a little bit. It's not too far away. It's up, I think it's that area where it's kind of up on top of that hill or that... you know, bluff or half-size mountain, whatever you want to call it. It's not terribly far away, but it's also not close, so we'll head there now, but you'll know what I'm talking about when we get up there. Another ice cream truck. There's Steph the ice cream truck, as one of my subscribers has so rightly named, because that was his ex-girlfriend's name, and she was ice cold. I thought that was hilarious, so we're calling her Steph the ice cream truck. Pretty funny. And we got all kinds of... There's Walter there. We got... Or no, that's Walter ahead of us. Excuse me. There, Byron just passed us. Alfred passed us as well. Alfred, the blue car. The old man car. I guess Walter could be that too. There's Scarlet. All right, they're all here. They're all here. The main 4. Those are the main 4. Honestly, in order, the ones that are the worst. In order, it's Byron, Scarlet, Walter, and then Alfred. And now we've got a lot of Steph... The ice cream truck. Yeah, to the right. Yeah, it's the one I was talking about. It's exactly where it is. So I'm getting used to driving here on the left side of the road on this map. I've been doing a lot of episodes of this map recently. It's... People were laughing at that. They were going to be laughing at me driving on the wrong side of the road all the time because, you know, on this map we're driving on the left side of the road, and it's kind of screwed me up on the other series. I'm starting to drive on the left side of the road on the other series. I'm just so used to it now. Alright, let's see if we can elegantly drop these down a little bit better, huh? What? It was here, right? That is where it said it would sell them, right? That's it. Oh, I clicked goat cheese. Oh, dummy. Goat milk was September. I went to the wrong place. Oh, crapola. Well, It's still a good price, $9,095. We just went to the wrong location. Well, we took a tour for no reason. I got to go all the way back down there. All right, I'm not, that's embarrassing. I'm not going to put this on camera. I will meet you back down there. Oh, boy. All right, after that embarrassing mistake here, we did find the right location here, so let's get these things sold. Let's make some money. Nice, 17,286. Man, that goat milk is a freaking gold mine, baby. And when we have that many goats and sheep in there, whew. Whew. You want to talk about some money, baby? We just basically got all the money back, almost. We were at 83,000, we're at 62, so we lost, you know, 20 grand in that process. But we're going to make a hell of a lot more money when that fabric starts rolling in. It's going to be many months with how slow that operation is, but we've got the months to spare, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so let's get back to the farm here. We're going to do a contract here. We'll try to get ourselves back up to maybe we only lose 10 grand, right? We'll see what's out there again. We kind of looked at it earlier, right? But we're going to look at it a little bit closer, see what we can find that makes sense. And then we might potentially consider adding something else down here on the farm as well to start making clothes if we can get there as far as the money goes. All right, so I think what we're going to do, gang, is we're going to try doing this rock removal. I've yet to do this. I don't know anything about this. I really don't know what I'm doing. We're going to give it a shot and see how it goes. 3,850. Oh, we got a plowing that popped up. 3,850 minus 400. So, 3,450, right? So, decent amount of money out of this, I think. It says 7 rocks we have to destroy. It shouldn't take too long. It's right around the corner from the shop. Let's try it. Worst thing that can happen is it's miserable and we never do it again, right? But at least we can say we've done it in FS25 now at this point. This thing is wobbly. All right. So, let's see. We have to go kind of basically around where we are, around field 41 here, and then it's over there somewhere. I really don't know what I'm doing here. I'm going to have to drive over there and figure it out. Well, sorry, Byron. That was my fault, Byron. I apologize. That was me. We're going to have to drive over here and figure out what we're doing. I'm assuming they have some way of telling you what rocks they are. Right? You would think. I mean, it's flashing with a red circle around that green square, so maybe it's just that whole green square has a bunch of rocks in it you just got to get rid of? I don't know. We're going to find out, though. Okay, we're pulling up here. I don't really see anything specific. I mean, I'm in the red circle now, so I just have to kind of locate the rock, then? Maybe? I'm kind of driving out of the rock now. The circle now, not the rock. Not the rock driving out of the rock. I'm kind of driving out of the circle now, so... I'm extremely confused about what I'm supposed to be doing here. Oh, there's a flag on that. But that's outside of the circle, though. I mean, there's supposed to be 7 rocks. Maybe that's one of the rocks I'm supposed to get rid of? Let me see if I can find the other one in this circle here first before we move on. I guess it's got to be over here behind this house. Or whatever this is, right? How do I get back here? This car is kind of in the way. How do I even get back here? I guess I can barely squeeze back here. So is there a rock back here that I'm looking for? I mean, I don't see any rocks back here either. I'm very confused here. I mean, it's only flashing with a red circle in this, what? I'm beyond confused now at this point, gang. How am I going to get back out of here? It was miserable to even get in here. How am I going to get out of here? I'm going to have to go back around the other way. There's clearly no rocks back here, so I guess I'm going to go take out that one with the red flag on it, I guess, and hope for the best. Maybe we get rid of that and maybe another circle will pop up, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Watch out, buddy. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense because that's outside of this red circle that's flashing. It is a red flag that I would, and it's clearly there's some rocks there. Watch out, Byron. Sorry, buddy. Being nice to Byron. What is happening right now? Who's blowing the horn at me? It's a silver car. We don't really have a name for the silver car yet, do we? We kind of thought about a couple of names for him, but we don't really have one for him. I mean, I'm going to give it a shot and see what happens, I guess. I mean, it's letting me drill into it. Okay, that worked. 14%. But it's still flashing with a red circle in that area. I am beyond confused. Maybe it's just kind of a, you know, an estimate of an area where the rocks are going to be at. I guess the best way to do it is to go through here like this and look for those red flags. I mean, clearly the red flags are what's going to tell you what is and isn't a rock we're going to be getting rid of, right? Okay, there's a red flag right there. Okay, so that one's next, I guess. I guess, right? Okay, so we'll go head over there. Guess we're kind of starting to figure this out. It's a little weird, though, that the red circle... Why am I not able to drive there? That was weird. It is a little weird, though, that the red circle isn't really, you know, where the rocks are. It's just kind of giving you a baseline of where they potentially could be, I guess. Weird. What a weird contract. So anyway, we are able to, if we want to, put down the clothes production. I don't know where I want to put the clothes production at. Right now is the problem. And while we certainly can put it down, I think I'm going to hold off on putting it down. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is for a number of reasons. One, we are going to likely be drilling in the next within the next 2 episodes, and we're going to need some money to buy the drill, right? Number 1. Number 2, we want to spend some money on paying off more of the loan today, which we're going to do. And number 3, I just don't think we're going to be making fabric as fast as I would like, and I think it's going to take a while, so we're probably not really going to need that production for at least an episode or 2, right? Before we're really going to have enough fabric that it even makes sense to have it. So I'm kind of talking that through with you a little bit, right? That's just kind of where I'm at and what I'm thinking here. So, all right, so we got that one. So I guess we keep looking and see what else we can find, I guess, as far as a flag with rocks. Right here, I guess, is where we're going next. Man, they gotta be just driving all over the place, don't they? I don't think there's an easy way for me to get there. I think I'm just going to have to go drive all the way back around to the other side. It's a bit annoying. I'm not sure I'll do this ever again, honestly. Unless we decide to do it for some kind of a challenge or something. Oh, okay, Byron. Go ahead, buddy. I'm going to try to take a shortcut over here if I can get out. I don't know if I can get out over here or not. I should look at that before I go all the way down here. Probably can't. I have to go all the way down to the end. That's probably not worth it. We'll just flip around. Alright, we're back at it here. Pounding into the ground. Trying to get these rocks torn up. I mean, it's not that bad. It's just, you know, the piece of equipment we're utilizing, the skid steer here, is a little slow. Right? It only goes so fast. And then you have to sit there and search for rocks you're going to be destroying, right? Okay, so where's the next one at? Because I don't see any flags anywhere. What? I didn't even realize there was a church here. I mean, I guess I did because we were working on that field over there and we could see it from a distance, but I didn't realize this is where it was. Anyway. Where the hell is the next rock? Oh, boy. Is it across over here? I mean, that's the only other thing I can think of is that it's over here somewhere. I mean, what? What? I don't see a rock anywhere, gang. What? Where's these rocks at? I have no idea, gang. I have no clue where I'm supposed to be going here. I don't see another rock anywhere. You would think they'd figure out a way to make this a little bit easier for us to figure out where these rocks are supposed to be. Let me know down below if you're still watching at this point if you've run into this issue. And if this is as big of an issue as I'm making it out to be, or if I'm just blind as a bat, because it could be that. But I sure as hell am not seeing any more rocks with flags in them anywhere within this vicinity. I guess I'll keep looking here, gang, and see if I find anything. This is it's a very, 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 very weird contract. The way that it's all set up, everything here is extremely weird here. Here we go. We found it. It's all the way over here. Okay, well, I guess I didn't need to go off camera. We found it. We'll do a bit of a jump cut here, though. I'm going to stop the recording because we've got to go all the way across the bridge here. It's going to take me a minute. Okay, we're pulling up here. So I guess maybe the rest of them are going to be over here. I don't know. I don't know for sure if that's a correct statement or not. But we now know that we need to be looking over here on the island. What I would love to have, and I don't think it's possible, is to be able to buy this island, right? And just get rid of everything on the island and start on the island. Like, that would be cool for a series, for like a challenge series, right? You remove everything from the island altogether. You start with basically no money, nothing at all. You have to figure out a way to, you know, basically a modified survival challenge, if you will, right? Where you have to figure out a way to survive on an island with no money at all and very limited resources of any kind. Maybe even do a situation where you can't do contracts. That's what normally happens with survival challenges, right? I don't allow contracts most of the time. Okay, so let's see if we can find... Oh, here we go. I already found it. The good thing is this one's closer. That's nice. We're at 57%, so we still got a ways to go. But at least we know where the next rock is. Didn't take us forever to find it. Okay. Alright, where's the next one at? I feel like they should be populating these on the mini-map a little bit easier for us, instead of having to sit here and search for them. Because it's not like it's a quick thing to do, like going here and trying to find them. right? And the red towel, blanket, whatever that is carpet, whatever that is causing me a lot of confusion. I think I see one, and then there it is. Okay, here it is. We found it. Okay, so how do we get there? Where are we at right now? We are... We're here somewhere, right? I don't know what the easiest way to get there is, and I've already kind of lost track of where I'm supposed to be going. I think if we go down this road here, I think it's back here. Yeah, it's right here. All right, so we've got to go left here, and then in this way, okay? We can do that. We can do that. That's not a problem. So we should have one more rock after this, I think. If I've done my math right, which I wouldn't hold myself to it. It might be two more rocks, actually. Okay. So that's done. So we find the next one now. This is not worth the price that we're getting paid for this. This is taking way too long. It should just already have a location of where we're supposed to be going on the map for us to find. We shouldn't have to sit here and do a Where's Waldo search of finding these rocks with flags in them. I don't see any more on this island. It's probably on this island and I'm missing it, but I don't see any more on the island. I don't know where else it would be, though. Okay, I'm going to keep looking for it, gang. I'll see if I can find the next one for us. Gang, I may be blind. I don't know. I cannot find the next one. I'm pretty sure I found one of the rocks we have to get rid of. This looks like one of the rocks we've been kind of destroying, but there's no red flag on it at current. So clearly we're still missing one somewhere, and I have looked literally everywhere, and I cannot find one. I don't know if this is snow that's causing more issues for me or what. I can't find it. I've spent an eternity looking at this. If you can look up in the right-hand corner, you can probably figure it out if you just kind of factor in the time period. I mean, I'm even driving around low, like looking through the trees here. I mean, I have no clue where this is, gang. None. Not a single idea. I literally have looked everywhere. I don't know if we're going to be able to finish this contract. I mean, I've spent so much of actual in-game time and so much of real-life time looking for this stupid flag with this stupid rock. Where the hell is it? I'm at a loss for words right now. I even drove over to this rock that we were looking at up from above, and it definitely doesn't have a red flag in it. So, ice cream trucks going by. I've passed 19,000 ice cream trucks in this process of looking for this stupid rock with a flag in it. I don't know where this is, gang. I might have to see if I can find. I bet there's nothing out there, but I might have to see if I can find anything. As a matter of fact, if there is nothing out there, and I suspect fully that there's nothing out there to help me, if I'm able to ever figure out where these are, I might have to make a video showcasing how to do this contract if you want to do it. And I'm not recommending you do this contract based off of what I'm dealing with right now. I would steer clear completely from this contract if at all possible. What is this? Where is it? Where the hell is it? I'm about to just chop this guy up and hope for the best here, but I fully expected to say, oh, that's not the right rock. Because that's how Giants works. Where the hell is this rock? I mean, I'm looking through the forest here. It's not going to be in here, but I mean, I'm literally looking through. Ooh, I'm not going to do that. That was, ooh, probably gave you a headache. Gave me a headache. Or do we just scratch the contract altogether? I mean, what do we do here? What do we do? I don't know the answer here. That's a freaking deer. I was about to get excited. That's a freaking deer. Okay, well, I finally found it, gang, and admittedly, this is the next day. I decided to sleep on it because it was driving me insane. They did hide it in the forest over here, so I just missed it a couple of times that I went across it. It is hard to see. Later on, I mean, I spent a long time looking for it. It ended up getting dark, but nothing was saved or whatever, so I just quit out, right? But it was a little bit easier to see when the snow started to melt, which it finally did melt, but it's back here. You can kind of see it right now. Well, you can see the rock, but you barely see the flag. I mean, that is just, that is stupid. Like that, you hide it that much for me. That's crazy. At least we found it. That's all that matters. Contract's finished. I didn't have to do the other one. Okay. So I don't know if they just randomly pick rocks or they randomly drop rocks in when you pick that contract up, or if it's the same thing every time. If it's the same thing every time, I feel like I should make a quick how-to video, because it's bound to be somebody else that's going to have that same issue that I did. That was absolutely stupid. Stupid. So let's turn this in. Puts us up to 66,521. We are going to pay off part of the loan, like I mentioned, so let's go ahead and do that. I kind of want to buy that mower, but we're going to hold off. We're going to hold off for now. Let's pay back $10,000 today on the loan. Puts the loan down to 980 grand, which is good. Right now, every month from the interest from the loan, we're paying $3,300. So it should drop it down another $30, something like that. But we're going to leave the episode at that point, gang. I'm a little frustrated, even though it is the next day still with that contract. So we're going to leave it here. It's long enough anyway. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. Liked it. All that good stuff. Helps me out an absolute ton. Thanks to my members. See you in the next episode.